Hi there. I'm not sure. I was in the middle of another reading, which I stopped. Something prompted me to take two oracle. Oh, this doesn't belong there. That's an ooh. I'm gonna leave it. This is an instruction card, and maybe there's a reason why that's in there. Okay. I have so many decks out today. So I've been encouraged to mix two oracle decks together, and let's get an energy on where the masculine and feminine energies are right now. We're going to take a look and see what is going on. This is actually hurting my hand. It's so big. So right now we have two decks mixed together, the Wild Offering Oracle, and the answer is simple, okay? Okay. So we're going to work on numbers. We are going to do a love reading. I don't know that I've ever really said that. We're going to do a love reading. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull for the masculine and pull for the feminine. Pardon me. And we're going to do this in numbers of 6. All right. Okay. Okay. This is the masculine pile. This is the feminine pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Funny how that's working out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the masculine, that's the feminine. What's at the bottom of this deck? For the feminine, the bottom of the deck is about being enough. Okay. And for the masculine, at the bottom of the deck, deciding the outcome. Okay. I'm gonna put this over here. Okay. All right. I need room. Okay. And then something is telling me to pull from my own deck. So this is feminine and this is masculine. One card, please. Oh, splitting the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right. The feminine, I can't wait to hold you. True love, your wholeness and safety lie within, not from a partner, but this sovereignty actually leads to the deepest intimacy for you to stop using others. Let me stand on my own feet, dear Lord, and know true love. This one is about reclaiming your art. So it's almost, it speaks to me about finding or reclaiming or going back to what has brought you joy, the things that you have kind of put away. For example, I mentioned that I intend to read one book every 3 days because that is a joy that I've had that I've kind of put away, you know, being consumed in motherhood and consumed in, you know, growing my business and continuing to establish it. And then now taking on this new, excuse me, this new tarot channel. And it's about taking down the things that we've put away, getting back to ourselves. This I can't wait to hold you is I can't wait to get back to the essence of who you are, of who I am as a feminine. It's beautiful. And then this last one, gratitude. Find just one thing that you feel grateful for right now and let gratitude pour through your body. It's a healing balm like the warmth of the sun. This speaks to me of appreciation, self-care. And I think when I say I'm going to do a love reading, people automatically think it's going to be about whoever your divine person is. But the love starts with you, right? The love reading is about you. You can't wait to hold yourself. You can't wait to get back to the things that bring you pleasure and bring you joy and lift you up and give you peace and solace. And in reminding yourself that you are the true love that you seek and getting back to who you are, there are so many things that you can be grateful for. And I think it's wonderful and a really great exercise that in this time, this moment in time, this piece of history that we're in, that if you can find things to hold on to, find things within yourself to either discover or rediscover, it would be really beneficial to you personally and internally, and would also extend externally to others, because when you're feeling good and secure and right on the inside, that's what comes out of you. That's what you'll be able to push out to those around you. Let's look at what the masculine card is. Ha. I think about you every day. We know that's right. And then relationship. I call in the intimate power of love to take over this union in every way. May it now fully belong to the divine. Let it unfold in the perfect way for each of us. I needn't fear letting go of control. My needs are always abundantly met. That's nice. This one here is just laugh. You know, maybe they've been so stern, so rigid, operating in a distorted masculine energy. All right. And this is a reminder to appreciate what's around you. Kind of has a similar feeling of the gratitude. You know, look around you, see what you can appreciate, what makes you laugh, make other people laugh. It's about bringing joy not only to themselves, but to others. Give more. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get out the book for these two. So that's number 7, and that's the 7 in Major Arcana is the Chariot, moving forward, taking control. And it says here it's about finding a way to express yourself. You can do it creatively by letting the spirit speak, writing a poem, painting a picture, getting out watercolors, making a card, taking beautiful photos, making music, creating a gourmet meal, or a garden, planting a garden. And if you're comfortable in one of those things, try doing something new. Because I feel that that's what this time is allowing us to do. It's allowing us to explore ourselves and reconnect with who we are and learn more about who we are in the process. It's about experimenting. And your ego might tell you that's a waste of time and don't bother, there's no value, but do not let your ego suffocate your creativity. Do not let your ego continue to force you or make you feel that you need to play small. It says here that you don't need to worry about the opinions of others, whether your colors are right, whether your singing is right, whether the food turns out. It's the fact that you took the chance, the time, the risk. You're willing to be the fool and go back to something new in a way, but also take a risk of rediscovering what that is for yourself. That right now is a time to silence your ego and let your spirit speak in whatever art form and in whatever way it is that you choose to express yourself today. I think that's beautiful. I think that's beautiful. For the masculine, it's just laugh, and it's number 14. 14 in the Major Arcana is Temperance. And this talks about not being too serious and forcing laughter. The divine is forcing laughter. To find great friends, to lighten your own Holy Spirit. And look at how your ego tries to keep you or put you in a position where you're posturing as to not be open and to not laugh, because laughter is healing. I'll tell you that I've been to funerals with my family and we laugh the whole way through. We are laughing, we're remembering jokes, we're having a good time. And I know for some people it might feel uncomfortable, but that's what we do. Laughter is healing. Laughter is necessary. It's necessary. This other one is Give More 23, which is, there is no 23 in the Arcana, so 3 and 2 reduced to 5, which is the Hierophant. What am I looking for? 23. And it says here, your heart's desire is not out of reach. And that you don't need to be frustrated or discouraged or give away or walk away from what it is that you really want. And that they need to evaluate honestly the situation in which they find themselves and admit to themselves where they may have fallen short. And part of this is that they have to be able to, in a way, laugh at themselves and lighten up with what's happened. They're going to have to take time to be honest and educate themselves, and that they shouldn't be afraid of putting in the effort to get what it is that they want, and what they want is you, feminine. It's so beautiful how these cards play out. It really is. Your ego may deter you from your dream, but your spirit tells you to never give up on what it is that you really want. Their intention, like, here's the thing with thinking. Thinking is not enough, right? Like, action is required. Thinking is not sufficient. I mean, it's a necessary starting point, but it's not enough. So please tell me more about the masculine and thinking about Queen of Cups. There's a lot of love there. Thinking about the feminine every day and bringing them to union. Look, Wheel of Fortune, pushing the wheel forward. That's what they need to do by giving more and really digging into this dream that they have of the two of you being together, that there has to be effort, concrete evidence, not just thoughts, not just words, but there has to be full alignment in what they're bringing forward to you. Because here it says he's calling in the power, the divine wisdom over the union. And so that it unfolds perfectly, and that both of you will not be operating out of a spirit of fear or a need to control the situation, because what you need is readily available to you in the moment that you need it. You just need to realize it. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. Passion, feeling free, reclaiming yourself. She's finding this joy within herself, and I relate that to this true love card here, talking about the wholeness lies within. Your satisfaction is not from an external source, it is within you. And that you're to stop using others, relying on your masculine to give you the deepest intimacy that you're seeking, because you're learning to stand on your own. I think right now is a time for us to be gentle with ourselves. I love how, so this moon is in reverse. Normally the moon, when it's like this, is that something is hidden below the surface. Something is coming out and wanting to be revealed. So what is it this deck? Am I using this deck? I'm not using this deck anymore. Okay. Really? Okay. I mean, it would make sense. Look, I'm being led to use this Alice in Wonderland Tarot. I just got it yesterday. I'm being led to use it. I am slightly reluctant, because I really wanted to read the 3 books again and then, do the tarot, but I don't have time for that, because the 3 books that the Hanged Man came out. The Hanged Man. See that? He's drinking and eating upside down. I am going to pull out the book for this only because there is so much deep symbolism in here. But the Hanged Man to me talks about the passage of time, or at least stopping time, to take a moment and to get different perspectives on a situation, to look at things differently. My question was, what is to be revealed? The answer is a hangman, new perspectives, a new way of looking at things, a new way of doing things, being able to see situations from different points of view. Okay. The reason why I like to refer to the book is because it has these quotes from the novel, which I'm never ever going to commit to memory. But there are nuggets in there. So for the Hanged Man, it says, "What a funny watch," she remarked. Okay, let me start over. The Hatter has a pocket watch that Alice thinks is useless, okay? "What a funny watch," she remarked. "It tells the day of the month and doesn't tell what o'clock it is. Why should it?" muttered the Hatter. "Does your watch tell you what year it is?" "Of course not," Alice replied very readily. "But that's because it stays the same year for such a long time together." "Which is just the case with mine," said the Hatter. Yeah, just what I said. Time is standing still for them. They've paused the clock. They've paused the clock. You, feminine, have paused the clock on moving forward, and a piece of you has been lost. That's why you're reclaiming your art. And that's why you've been sitting around waiting, hoping that they would recognize themselves as your true love. But you've actually learned that for yourself. And so for you, in a way, time has stood still. And what is coming out is that you recognize that, be it months or years or days or seconds or hours or minutes, you have lost something that you're trying to reclaim. You are trying to hold something that you feel that you have lost out on. And as you've been on this journey, maybe you haven't always remembered to be grateful or to see the blessings in the difficulty. You have been patiently impatient, or impatiently patient. And you've also been still. And the time is passing, and you are evolving, yet you are not moving forward, if that makes any sense at all. This is an opportunity or a calling to you to do things that you have not done before. Remember earlier I mentioned that this guy is drinking and eating upside down? You know that's not going to work in normal circumstances. That would not work. But then these are not normal circumstances, right? And because these are not normal circumstances, on some level, you are being asked to suspend beliefs, suspend what is the normal course of doing things, to suspend your cycles, to suspend your process, and allow something higher, something divine, something pure, something to penetrate the situation, to further allow for your transformation, to teach you how to let go. And detach. But the thing here is that you let go and detached from yourself. In a trade for someone else to love you. You traded. This is a time, a season, a moment where the questions that you had and the answers that eluded you are coming up to the surface, and they will be revealed to you. let's pull a card for the masculine. Let's pull a card for the masculine. See, that's why I need time with this Alice in Wonderland deck. Like, it has so many levels. Hi. You need help? Okay. My baby's here, and he needs help with his math. I'm going to wrap this up in a moment, okay? And then I'll help you do your math. Okay, one card to express what's going on with the masculine energy, with learning to surrender and giving more and learning to laugh, and the fact that he thinks about the feminine every day, and he's looking for a blessing and protection over the union during this time. Is there a card that you can give us that really just highlights their energy, their feeling, their emotion? Is there something you can provide us with to give clarity and understanding and insight? Oh, okay, well, okay. Too many, and I don't want to pick up the Mad Hatter card. Oh, there it is, okay. Let's put you back over there. Okay. Death. Death. Okay. Okay, so this, or I can just hold it up like this. It's such a better view. That's the card there, death. And remember when she had the eat me, drink me? Those two little things in the story, and that helped her to shrink. It either helps her to shrink or grow. It says here, wow. Oh, God. Okay. I'm going to have to read this. So it says here, in Through the Looking Glass, the Tweedle brothers tell Alice that she is merely a thing in the Red King's dream, and that if he woke up, she would disappear. If that there king was to wake, added Tweedledum, you'd go out, bang, just like a candle. In Wonderland, when Alice is waiting to see the effects of having drunk the liquid in the bottle marked "Drink Me," she wonders how small she will become. For it might end, you know, said Alice to herself, in my going out altogether like a candle. I wonder what I should be like then. And she tried to fancy what the flame of a candle looks like after the candle is blown out, for she could not remember ever having seen such a thing. He does not want the candle for union to go out on the both of you, which is why you are in his thoughts daily, which is why he's learning to surrender, which is why he's asking for there to be a blessing over the union. He's trying to lighten up and not be so rigid as he was before, and he wants to learn how to give more. Because if he wakes up from this dream, if he allows you to slip from his mind for one moment, he is fearful that the flame that the two of you share would go out bang like a candle. And he can't remember having his life without you. He certainly doesn't really remember what it was like before. Certainly it was more probably peaceful, right? Because we know when you get on the twin flame journey, there's an awakening and things start going haywire. That's what happens. That is what happens. So this death card is him not wanting to experience the loss or the ending of this union. recognizing that things are no longer the same. And that is why he is calling in divine guidance. That's why this Queen of Cups is surrendering. Eyes closed, sitting in emotion, surrounded by healing and water and enlightenment. Things are not the same. They're recognizing that this world, like in this deck, the Alice in Wonderland deck, the world is not the same. The world is topsy-turvy. The world is crazy. The world doesn't make sense, which the reason why I wanted this deck is because it is like our journey. What would appear to be normal is not normal. What you think would make sense doesn't make sense. The way that you want something to be it's exactly the opposite. Reality here is setting in. That things can change on a dime, on a moment's notice. Because once the flame is out, it's out. There's a saying that you can never step in the same waters twice because one, the waters move, the particles have moved, but also you are not the same person. It is not the same day. It is not the same time. It is not the same moment. It is not the same seconds. Things shift. And while on one hand, they recognize that something in a way has died or morphed or transformed, they're doing everything that they can to hold this union together. They're doing what they can to push the wheel forward. They are trying to push the wheel forward, which is why they're thinking of you every day. And while they try to push the wheel forward, you are standing still. What a juxtaposition. And two major arcanas, Death and the Hangman. This masculine is recognizing where they failed with you, where they failed themselves. They're realizing that they need to learn to trust and release the grip that they have on this. Okay. Wow. Let me pull one card here to wrap up this reading. And we talked about this earlier. The distorted masculine. Look at how that ties in. Okay. All right, the distorted masculine, believing all the things that they're told about being masculine, that the material world is important, their car, their job, how they look, the woman on their arm, materials are important. We need a place to live. We need shelter. We need food. We need transportation. Yes. We want our health, right? Jobs. I get that. But this distorted masculine energy ties together the Hanged Man and the Death card, because the masculine realizes that they need to let some of this die, because that is what has interfered in their connection with the feminine. The feminine also realizes that she's been looking at the masculine with a distorted point of view, and she needs to correct that, which is why she's in the hangman position, looking at things from all angles, looking at things from here, trying to make sure she's getting a grasp on it. Meanwhile, she's trying to learn how to love herself, because she's been looking at the masculine with certain expectations that he has to fulfill that he doesn't feel that he can fulfill. Looking and expecting him in his, she had a view of the masculine and had a distorted perspective of him, and he held distorted perspectives of himself and what he needed to be doing as a man and what makes a man. And that is how these things are linked. When she says, I can't wait to hold you, she actually means she can't wait to hold the true masculine. He's saying to you that even though I have all these things, if you could see them, car, job, war, money, building something, punching a time clock, pollution, building, skyscrapers, commerce, economy, that even though all of this is going on at the base of the whole damn thing, he's thinking about you every day. He's concerned about the relationship. There is lots of love there, and he wants to push the wheel forward by doing what? By giving you more, recognizing that this distorted masculine energy has to die. The feminine, whether you're distorted or not, she wants to hold you. She wants to be there for you. She's learning and recognizing that she cannot put the weight of her need for love on you, and that's something that must come internally. And that's what's being released, because she's reclaiming herself, her art, her passion, her desires, what she's interested in. And she's learning to be grateful. She's learning to be self-sufficient and to remove the restriction, the burden, the weight of expectation off of the masculine. And that is why she is suspending her normal thought patterns so she could see things differently. It's amazing the things that link us. No one would ever think, you're not thinking with your partner, well, I really identify with him and we're connected because I see him in a distorted way. But when you get down to the root of it, right? That's what you're seeing. He's not thinking, well, these material items aren't important and I have to realize that and put things in perspective and realize that the love that I'm needing, wanting is over here, and that the reason why we're connected is because we both have a shared viewpoint. Because what's going to happen is, one of the things that drive you apart is that the foundation starts to crumble and your energy fields can't stay together. But what's also beautiful about this is that you are one another's answer. Because by him looking at things with a new perspective, he can put certain things to rest. He can allow them to die. He can allow them to die. He can allow for transformation. And you're both transforming. Do you realize that? The hangman is going, not 360 degrees, because that's all the way around. You're ending up in the same spot, right? But you can be 80 degrees, 90 degrees, 250 degrees, but things are changing. Transformation is occurring, and that's what death is. Death and resurrection. There's a transformation. There's a loss, there's a gain, there's a change. There's endings, there's beginnings, there's failure, there's new perspective. Again, you guys are going along the path on the same journey, experiencing it in different ways, but yet you're always linked. Always linked. Always connected. I don't think there's anything else that really needs to be pulled here. And my son is laying on the carpet wanting math help. So I've got to go. I will be back. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading. And remember, stay positive. Stay positive. You know, I will do my best to come on here a little bit more. I know in the beginning of my channel, I said I don't want to be on here all the time. One, for my own well-being and yours, right? I don't want to become addicted to doing tarot and looking for answers and all that, because we need to trust ourselves, our inner knowing, okay? I want you to work up to that. I want you to build that. One more? Oh. Oops. Really? Oh my gosh. It is the Lovers. The Lovers is the card that comes out. That is crazy. That is crazy. Oops, all my cards are falling on the floor. The Lovers. This card here. You know, I want to see if there's a quote from the book in, oh my gosh. And there goes my pillow. If there's a quote here from the book. Let's see. No, there's not. Okay. Okay, so here it says the lovers can the lovers can suggest the presence of a love interest, but also invite reflection on the nature of the love and how it guides our choices. Is love benefiting the beloved, or is it diminishing them in some way? Are we following emotions without question, or are we mindfully and consciously making decisions about how we love and who we love? It says here, this is the way to end this reading. It says Alice's path encourages us to keep in mind the larger picture rather than discrete moments. Romantic love may be full of excitement, but a more mature expression of love is, as they say, patient and kind, because it protects, trusts, hopes, and preserves. Love stands the test of time. Wow. And my channel is called Love is Patient, based on the scripture, which I have on my wall. Love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects. Remember, the divine masculine was asking for protection of the union. It always trusts. It always hopes. It always perseveres, because love never fails. Love never fails. That's it, people. Roll with that today. Roll with that today. Love never fails. Until next time.